Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about you. Don't let anyone, anything, or any circumstance get in the way of your vision, your dreams, and your goals. Because if you don't focus on yourself, no one will. The world is moving fast, and it doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't stop and say, hey, take a break. It's okay. No, it keeps moving. It keeps going. So what are you doing? Where are you putting your attention? Where's your energy going? You got to get clear, and I mean crystal clear, about what you want and who you want to become. You want success. Then it starts with you. You see, in this world, there are a lot of distractions. People who tell you what you can't do. People who try to drag you down because they don't want to see you succeed. But you got to ask yourself, are you going to let them? Are you going to let other people's negativity determine your path? No, you can't. Not in 2025. Not if you're serious about what you want to achieve. You can't let others write your story. You can't let anyone dictate your pace. It's your journey. You are the author of your life, nobody else. But you got to write the chapters. You can't be looking around at what everyone else is doing. Stop worrying about what other people think of you. Stop caring about who's ahead of you, who's behind you, and where they're going. Focus on where you're going. Focus on what you were doing. Let them do their thing. You do your thing. You've got enough to worry about. So I'm telling you right now, if you don't take the time to focus on yourself, to invest in yourself, to build yourself up, then who's going to do it for you? You think someone's just going to hand it to you? You think success is just going to show up at your doorstep because you're waiting for it? No, you've got to go out there and take it. But you can't take it if you're not putting in the work. You can't take it if you're not focused. You can't take it if you're distracted by every shiny thing that comes your way. Now you might say, but I've been working hard. I've been doing my best, and I believe you. I do. But I'm here to tell you that working hard isn't enough if you're not focused. You can be working hard in the wrong direction, and that means nothing. You've got to know where you're going. You've got to have a plan. And more importantly, you've got to have the discipline to stick to it. The world will throw a lot of obstacles your way. There will be days when it feels like everything is falling apart. You'll feel like giving up. But listen, that's when you've got to dig deep. That's when you've got to remind yourself why you're doing this. You've got to focus on your purpose. You've got to remember what you're chasing. Because that's what keeps you going when everything else is telling you to stop. It's your purpose, your vision, your goals. They're the fuel that will drive you when everything else seems to be working against you. You have to be ruthless about your goals. There's no room for excuses. There's no room for self-doubt. Every day you wake up with a choice: will you focus on your goals, or will you let life's distractions pull you away from what you want? The choice is yours. But you've got to make the right choice every day, every minute, every second. And that's how you stay on track. That's how you win. But you can't just focus on the big things, the big goals. The dreams, you have to focus on the small things too, the daily habits, the actions that add up. You can't just think about the big picture. You've got to work on the little pieces that make it all come together. One step at a time. One day at a time. You're building something that matters. And that takes time. It takes sacrifice. It takes effort. And you have to be willing to put in all of that every single day. But let me tell you something, it's worth it. Every drop of sweat, every sacrifice, every early morning, every late night, it's all worth it. Because when you focus on yourself, when you focus on your growth, when you focus on your dreams, nothing can stop you. Not a thing. You can't afford to waste time. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Don't let it slip through your fingers. You can't afford to get caught up in the past, the mistakes, the failures, the things that didn't work out the way you thought they would. No, you've got to focus on the present, and more importantly, you've got to focus on the future. Where are you going? What do you want to achieve? How are you going to get there? Listen, life is hard. It's not always going to be easy. There will be moments when you'll doubt yourself, when you'll feel like you're not making progress. But I'm telling you, it's in those moments that you've got to stay focused. It's in those moments that you've got to remember why you started. The road to success isn't straight. It's not always going to be smooth. But the only way you get through it is by focusing on yourself. And I want to be clear about something: focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It doesn't mean ignoring others or their needs. It means understanding that if you don't take care of yourself first, you won't be able to help anyone else. You've got to make sure you're in a position where you can give your best, where you can be your best, where you can do your best. That starts with focusing on yourself. You are your most important investment. So you've got to protect your mind, your body, and your spirit. You've got to feed your mind with the right thoughts, with knowledge, with wisdom. You've got to feed your body with the right food, with exercise, with the strength it needs to keep going. You've got to feed your spirit with positivity, with belief, with the understanding that you are capable of achieving greatness. I'm telling you right now, when you focus on yourself, everything else starts to fall into place. The opportunities you've been waiting for, they'll show up. The people you've been hoping will support you, they'll appear. But it starts with you. It starts with the decision to put yourself first, to invest in yourself, to trust in your ability to make it happen. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that it's your time. It's your time now. It's been your time all along. But you have to believe it. You have to claim it. You have to act like it. You've got to be willing to sacrifice. Be willing to give up the comfort, the easy way, the shortcuts. Because success, real success isn't easy. But it's worth it. I promise you that. So right here, right now, make the decision. Make the decision to focus on yourself in 2025. Don't let anything or anyone distract you. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. And go get what's yours. Because if you don't, nobody else will. Make 2025 a year you focused on you. Make it the year you took control of your life, your destiny, your future. Make it the year you decided that nothing, no one, and no situation could stop you from becoming the person you were meant to be. That's what I'm talking about. Focus on yourself. The core message of the speech is the importance of concentrating on your own goals, growth, and vision. Distractions, negative influences, and comparisons with others should not derail you from your personal journey. Success requires more than just effort. It demands focus, clear direction, and the discipline to work consistently towards your goals, even when faced with challenges. Time is the most valuable resource, and focusing on what truly matters, your purpose, your dreams, and the steps to achieve them is crucial. You cannot afford to waste time on unnecessary distractions or dwell on past failures. Investing in yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually is essential for success. By taking care of your mind, body, and spirit, you equip yourself to overcome obstacles and realize your full potential. Focus on yourself. It's not just a phrase, it's a call to action, a call to build something lasting, something worth achieving, something that will make you proud. The world is full of noise, distractions, and people telling you who you should be, how you should act, and what you should want. It's easy to get lost in that noise. It's easy to allow others to define your path, your worth, and your purpose. But if you don't focus on yourself, if you don't take ownership of your own life, nobody else will. No one else will care about your future as much as you do. No one will fight for your dreams like you can. And no one will understand your vision better than you. If you don't focus on yourself, you'll never fully realize your potential. When you truly focus on yourself, you step into the driver's seat of your own life. The world can pull you in many different directions, and there will always be people, events, and situations trying to shift your attention away from your path. It's easy to get caught up in what other people are doing, to compare yourself to someone else's progress, to feel like you're falling behind because others seem to be ahead. But comparison is the thief of joy. You have no idea what someone else has gone through, what struggles they faced, or the sacrifices they've made to get to where they are. And you can't base your own journey on someone else's timeline. Your journey is unique and it's only yours to define. That's why you have to focus on yourself, not in a selfish or self-centered way, but in a way that prioritizes your growth, your development, your dreams, and your well-being. The first step in focusing on yourself is recognizing your own worth. Too often we get caught up in pleasing others, in doing what others expect of us, and trying to fit into someone else's mold. But you are not someone else. You are a unique individual with your own gifts, your own perspective, your own purpose. And until you recognize your worth, until you understand that you have something to offer the world that no one else can, you'll always struggle with your own potential. You'll be looking outside of yourself for validation, approval, and acceptance, and that will leave you constantly seeking something you already have within you. Your self-worth is not dependent on what others think of you, what they expect from you, or how they treat you. It's based on what you believe about yourself. When you focus on yourself, you begin to take full responsibility for your life. You stop blaming others for where you are and start acknowledging that you are the one in control. Your decisions, your actions, and your mindset shape the direction of your life. It's easy to point fingers when things aren't going well, to blame circumstances, or to say, if only this had happened differently, but the truth is, you're the one making the decisions. You're the one who chooses where to invest your time and energy. You're the one who determines the boundaries you set for yourself. Taking responsibility for your own life means understanding that you have the power to change, to adapt, to grow. It means understanding that the life you want is within your reach, but it requires intentional effort. And that's where focus comes in. Without focus, you'll scatter your energy in all directions and your progress will be slow, if not non-existent. Focusing on yourself means setting clear goals. The more specific your goals, the more attainable they become. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. You need to define what success looks like for you and break it down into actionable steps. What does success look like in your career? In your personal life? In your relationships? In your health? When you focus on yourself, you stop accepting vague ideas of success and start defining it on your own terms. What makes you feel fulfilled? What do you want to accomplish? Set your sights on those things and go after them with everything you've got. But setting goals is only part of the equation. The next part is execution. You can set all the goals you want, but if you don't take action, they mean nothing. Focus means committing to the process, taking daily steps towards what you want to achieve, and being disciplined enough to keep going, even when it gets tough. It's easy to get excited about a new goal, a new project, a new vision, but what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to maintain focus over time. The ability to wake up every day and put in the work. The ability to keep pushing forward, even when things don't go according to plan. Focus means embracing the grind. It means dedicating yourself to the process, knowing that the results won't always come right away, but believing in the power of persistence. In focusing on yourself, you also have to focus on your own growth. Growth doesn't just happen by accident. It's something you actively pursue, something you have to seek out. You can't stay the same and expect different results. You have to be willing to change, to evolve, to adapt. And this means stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth often happens when we push ourselves past what we thought were our limits. It happens when we try something new, when we take risks, when we challenge ourselves to be better. You can't focus on growth if you're afraid of failure. You can't grow if you're not willing to make mistakes. Every failure is a lesson, a step closer to success. But only if you're focused on learning from it and using it as a stepping stone. Focusing on yourself also means taking care of your mind and body. You can't give your best if you're not taking care of yourself. Too often we put everything else first: work, family, obligations, and forget to take care of the most important asset we have: ourselves. Without good health, without a sharp mind, and without the energy to pursue our dreams, we'll struggle to get anywhere. Your mind needs rest, your body needs exercise, and your spirit needs peace. When you focus on yourself, you prioritize your well-being. You make time to nurture your physical, mental, and emotional health because you know that without these, nothing else matters. You can't achieve your goals if you're constantly running on empty. You need to recharge. You need to replenish your energy. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Another crucial part of focusing on yourself is eliminating distractions. Distractions come in many forms: people, social media, negative self-talk, bad habits, anything that pulls you away from your goals. Distractions dilute your focus and slow your progress. When you focus on yourself, you learn to say no to things that aren't aligned with your purpose. You make a conscious decision to protect your time, your energy, and your mental space. This might mean cutting out toxic relationships, unfollowing accounts that bring you down, or setting boundaries that allow you to focus on what really matters. It's not always easy, but it's necessary. You cannot afford to waste time on things that aren't serving you. The more you protect your focus, the closer you get to achieving your goals. Focus on yourself means being intentional with your time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's how we use them that determines where we end up. Time management is key to success. You must learn to prioritize your most important tasks, to allocate time to what truly matters, and to stop procrastinating. Time is a finite resource, and you can't afford to waste it. When you focus on yourself, you learn to manage your time wisely, to be productive, and to stay on track. Every hour counts. Every moment matters. It's in those moments that you either move closer to your goals or fall further behind. At the end of the day, focusing on yourself is about owning your life. It's about taking control of where you're going, what you're doing, and who you're becoming. It's about recognizing that you are responsible for your own success and happiness. If you don't focus on yourself, no one else will. And if you don't take the time to invest in your future, you'll always wonder what could have been. But when you focus on yourself, truly, deeply focus on yourself, you create the life you've always wanted. You create the success you deserve. You create the future that you're capable of. And that's where everything begins. Commitment to hard work and discipline is the foundation upon which every success is built. If you want to achieve anything in life, you must be ready to put in the work. And I mean real work. Not the easy work, not the kind of work that comes with immediate rewards, but the kind of work that requires sacrifice, dedication, and consistency. Success doesn't come to those who sit around and wait for it to fall into their lap. It comes to those who are willing to grind, to put in the hours, and to stay disciplined even when the going gets tough. If you're serious about achieving your goals, hard work and discipline aren't optional, they're non-negotiable. The thing about hard work is that it isn't always glamorous. It's not the kind of work that gets noticed right away. And it's not the kind of work that makes people cheer and celebrate you in the moment. In fact, much of the time, hard work is done in silence and solitude, away from the spotlight. It's the behind-the-scenes effort that makes all the difference. It's the long hours, the sweat, the moments of doubt, the missed opportunities for fun, the sacrifices you make along the way. And that's exactly what it takes. Because if you want to be great, you've got to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do. You've got to push through the moments when it feels like you're not making any progress, when it feels like your efforts are going unnoticed, when you feel like you're putting everything in but not getting anything back. That's when true commitment to hard work comes into play. That's when you prove to yourself that you're in it for the long haul. But let's talk about discipline, because without discipline, hard work is useless. Discipline is the ability to do what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. It's about making choices that align with your goals even when those choices are difficult. It's easy to talk about working hard when you feel motivated, when everything is going well, when the wind is at your back. But discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades, when obstacles arise, when distractions threaten to pull you off course. It's the ability to stick to the plan even when everything inside of you is telling you to quit, to take the easy route, to give up. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the ones who wish for success from the ones who actually achieve it. You can't rely solely on motivation. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes, but discipline is consistent, unwavering, and reliable. Being committed to hard work and discipline means showing up every single day, even on the days when you don't feel like it. It means putting in the effort even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. It means staying on track, sticking to your schedule, and pushing forward, even when there are 1,000 reasons to quit. Hard work doesn't always produce instant results, and it's easy to get discouraged when you don't see progress right away. But if you're committed to the process, if you've got the discipline to keep pushing, then eventually you'll see the fruits of your labor. And when you do, it will feel so much sweeter because you'll know that you earned it. Hard work is about consistency. It's about doing the small things every day, day after day, even when no one is watching. It's about showing up when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when you'd rather be doing something else. It's about making a decision to invest in yourself and your future, even when that means saying no to the things that don't align with your vision. There's no shortcut to success. You can't cut corners and expect to reach the top. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a willingness to give everything you've got. And that's where discipline comes in. Because without discipline, it's easy to get distracted. Without discipline, it's easy to procrastinate, to let the small things slide, to tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. You have to take action today. You have to commit to the work, no matter how small the task may seem, because every small action builds up over time. You'll face setbacks along the way. There will be times when it feels like you're not making any progress, when it seems like all the hard work you're putting in isn't paying off. But those are the moments that truly define you. Those are the moments when you have to decide if you're going to stay the course or if you're going to quit. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is often just the ability to keep going when things get tough. It's about understanding that failure is part of the process, that setbacks are not permanent, and that the journey is rarely a straight line. When you're committed to hard work and discipline, you understand that the path to success is not easy, but it's worth it. In those moments when you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started. Remember your goals, your vision, and the reasons you're doing this in the first place. Hard work and discipline aren't about short-term gratification. They're about long-term success. They're about building something that lasts. It's about making progress every single day, even if that progress is small. And eventually, those small steps add up to something big. You also have to understand that hard work and discipline are not just about achieving external success. It's not just about the accolades, the recognition, or the rewards. True success comes from knowing that you gave your all, that you put in the effort, and that you stayed true to your goals. It's about the person you become in the process. It's about the character you build, the resilience you develop, and the strength you cultivate. When you commit to hard work and discipline, you become someone who is trustworthy, reliable, and capable. You develop the kind of character that can withstand the ups and downs of life, the kind of character that will allow you to rise above any obstacle. Hard work and discipline are also about time management. You only have so many hours in a day, and if you're serious about achieving your goals, you have to be intentional with your time. You have to prioritize the tasks that matter most and eliminate the distractions that pull you away from what's important. Time is your most valuable asset, and how you choose to spend it will determine your future. When you're committed to hard work and discipline, you make the most of every moment. You don't waste time on things that won't get you closer to your goals. You stay focused, stay organized, and stay driven. But commitment to hard work and discipline also means taking care of yourself. It's easy to burn out when you're pushing yourself too hard, when you're working without rest, when you're sacrificing your health and well-being for the sake of success. But true discipline isn't just about working harder, it's also about working smarter. It's about knowing when to push yourself and when to take a step back and recharge. It's about recognizing that your body and mind need rest and recovery in order to perform at their best. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. And if you burn yourself out too quickly, you won't be able to finish the race. You've got to find a balance between working hard and taking care of yourself. Because without good health, none of the work matters. Commitment to hard work and discipline also means being patient. It's easy to want instant results, but success takes time. It's a process, and the best things in life rarely come quickly or easily. You have to trust the process, believe in yourself, and keep going even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's like planting a seed. At first, you don't see anything, but if you keep watering it, if you keep giving it the right conditions, eventually time is the most precious resource we have. Once it's gone forever. Unlike money, you can't make more of it. Unlike material possessions, you can't replace it. The value of time lies in its fleeting nature. Every moment that passes is a moment you'll never get back, and that's a reality we all need to come to terms with. When you understand the value of time, you realize just how much power you have in shaping your future. How you choose to spend your time ultimately determines the life you create. It's that simple. Time is the currency of your life, and how you spend it is a reflection of what you truly care about. The most successful people in the world understand this. They know that every second counts. They know that every choice they make, every decision they take is another moment that contributes to building their future. They don't waste time. They're intentional with it. Time is the foundation of all achievement, and it's something that should never be taken lightly. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of everyday life. We get so busy with our routines, obligations, and distractions that we forget to stop and ask ourselves, am I using my time in the most meaningful way possible? You might think you have all the time in the world, but the truth is, you don't. Life is short, and the clock is ticking. What's the point of all this hustle and grind if you're not aligned with your true purpose? Time is wasted when it's spent on things that don't matter, on tasks that don't contribute to the bigger picture. That's where purpose comes in. When you have a clear sense of purpose, you're able to prioritize what matters most. Your time becomes a tool, a means to create the life you truly want. Purpose gives your time direction. Without purpose, you'll find yourself aimlessly wandering, feeling like you're doing a lot but achieving very little. But when you know your purpose, when you understand the bigger picture, your time becomes incredibly valuable. You start to make decisions based on your long-term vision, not just short-term convenience or fleeting desires. Purpose is the thing that pulls you forward when things get tough. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded when the distractions of life start to pull you in all directions. It's the reason you wake up every morning and push through the challenges of the day. When you have purpose, you know that every moment counts. You know that every decision you make, every action you take is moving you closer to where you want to be. Time then becomes an investment in your future. Every hour you spend on something that aligns with your purpose is an hour well spent. Every moment you dedicate to growth, to learning, to improving is a moment that pays dividends in the long run. The problem is, many people waste their time because they don't know what their purpose is. They float through life without direction, unsure of what they truly want or what they're meant to do. They fill their days with tasks that don't serve them, with distractions that pull them away from what really matters. And as the days turn into weeks, and the weeks into months, they look back and wonder where the time went. Time is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. You are responsible for how you use your time. No one else can tell you how to spend it, and no one else can live your life for you. It's your life, and you have to take ownership of it. That means making conscious decisions about how you spend every moment. You have to stop giving your time away to things and people that don't bring value to your life. This might mean setting boundaries, saying no to things that don't align with your goals, and making sacrifices that might not be easy. But it's worth it. When you prioritize your time and focus it on what matters, you start to build momentum. You start to see results. You start to feel the satisfaction of knowing that you're doing the work that will pay off in the future. And the more you invest your time in meaningful activities, the more fulfilling your life will be. When you align your time with your purpose, everything changes. You stop going through the motions. You stop feeling like you're just passing time, waiting for something to happen. Instead, you start living with intention. Every day becomes an opportunity to get closer to your dreams, to build the life you've always wanted. But in order to do this, you have to know what your purpose is. You have to take the time to figure out what matters most to you. Purpose doesn't come from external sources. It's not something that someone can give you or tell you. It comes from within. It's a deep personal understanding of what you're meant to do, what drives you, and what gives you meaning in life. So how do you find your purpose? It starts by being honest with yourself. It starts with asking the tough questions. What do I really want? What am I passionate about? What makes me feel alive? What impact do I want to have on the world? The answers to these questions are your compass. They'll guide you, direct you, and help you understand where to focus your energy. And once you've found your purpose, everything becomes clearer. You'll know where to invest your time, and you'll know what to say no to. You'll understand that your time is limited, and you won't waste it on things that don't contribute to your vision. You won't let distractions, doubts, or fear stand in your way. Purpose helps you define your priorities. Once you understand what truly matters, you'll find that everything else falls into place. The small things, the things that used to seem urgent, lose their significance. Your time becomes valuable because you understand its worth. You stop procrastinating. You stop waiting for the right time. You stop making excuses. Instead, you take action. You make decisions that align with your purpose, and you dedicate yourself fully to the work that will get you closer to your goals. It's easy to get sidetracked by the demands of daily life. It's easy to let other people's expectations or urgent tasks take precedence. But when you're clear about your purpose, you can navigate life with more confidence and clarity. Time is not something to be taken for granted. Time doesn't wait for you. It doesn't care if you're ready or not. It keeps moving forward, whether you're prepared or not. That's why you have to take charge of your time. You have to be intentional with every moment. The more purposeful you are with your time, the more meaningful your life becomes. The more you understand the value of time, the more you appreciate the small moments. You learn to stop and savor the present because you know how fleeting it is. You become more mindful of how you spend your days, making sure that every moment counts. Your purpose and your time are interconnected. When you live with purpose, your time becomes purposeful. You stop wasting it on distractions, and you start making choices that align with your long-term vision. You start to invest in activities that bring you closer to your goals. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, building relationships, or working on your career, your time is an investment in your future. And the more you invest in your future, the more rewarding it becomes. Time is precious, but it's also a reflection of your values. How you spend your time reveals what you truly care about. If you're spending hours on things that don't align with your goals or your values, then you're essentially telling yourself that those things matter more than your dreams. But when you focus on your purpose, when you dedicate your time to what truly matters, you send a message to yourself that your dreams are worth pursuing. You send a message to the world that you're serious about living a life of meaning. Understanding the value of time and purpose is about living with intention. It's about waking up every day with a sense of direction, knowing that you're investing your time wisely and moving closer to the life you want to create. It's about making every day count, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to take another step toward your goals. Time will pass no matter what. It's up to you how you use it. The more you understand the value of time, the more you'll appreciate it, and the more purposeful your life will be. Self-investment and personal growth are essential components of a life well lived, and they go hand in hand. The most powerful investment you can make is the one you make in yourself. When you invest in your mind, your body, and your spirit, you lay the foundation for a future that reflects your true potential. It's easy to get caught up in the external world chasing money, recognition, and external validation, but the most lasting source of fulfillment comes from the work you do on yourself. Personal growth isn't a luxury or something you should put off until you have time. It's a necessity for a life of meaning, purpose, and progress. Personal growth starts with self-awareness. You can't improve what you don't understand. And so you must first learn to look inward. This requires you to face the truth about yourself, to confront your weaknesses, and to acknowledge the areas of your life that need attention. Self-awareness is the starting point for all personal development, because without it, you're essentially blind to your own limitations. It's easy to get comfortable in your routine and avoid facing the uncomfortable truths about who you are. But if you want to grow, you must be willing to be honest with yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing who you really are, not who you want to be or who you think you should be, but who you are right now. Once you've developed that self-awareness, the next step is to set goals for your personal growth. What areas of your life do you want to improve? What skills do you want to develop? What bad habits do you want to break? The key is to set specific, measurable, and achievable goals that give you direction. Personal growth isn't about having a vague idea of wanting to do better or be better. It's about identifying concrete goals and making a plan to achieve them. These goals will serve as your roadmap, guiding your actions and decisions along the way. Without clear goals, it's easy to lose focus and waste time on things that don't contribute to your personal development. But self-investment is not just about improving your skills or acquiring new knowledge. It's about cultivating a mindset that is conducive to growth. You need to develop the discipline to consistently show up for yourself, even when it's hard. Personal growth is not always a smooth path. It involves challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. It requires resilience, the ability to bounce back after failures and keep moving forward. The discipline to keep pushing, even when things don't go as planned, is one of the most important aspects of personal growth. If you want to improve, you have to be willing to put in the work, even when it's uncomfortable or when you don't see immediate results. The process of growth takes time, but with dedication, the results will come. A big part of self-investment is also about learning and expanding your knowledge. The world is constantly changing, and to stay relevant and continue growing, you have to be committed to lifelong learning. This doesn't just mean formal education or professional development, although those are certainly valuable. It means being open to learning from every experience, every interaction, and every challenge. Growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone and expose yourself to new ideas, new people, and new ways of thinking. It happens when you make a habit of learning, when you make a conscious effort to expand your understanding and perspective. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is to learn. And this sense of curiosity can be a powerful driver of growth. Self-investment also involves taking care of your physical and mental health. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life, and if you don't take care of it, everything else will suffer. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep are all fundamental to maintaining the energy and focus needed for personal growth. You can't grow if you're constantly tired, sluggish, or unhealthy. But it's not just about physical health, it's also about mental and emotional well-being. Personal growth requires mental clarity and emotional balance, so investing in practices like meditation, mindfulness, or therapy can help you maintain that balance. When you feel good physically and mentally, you are in a much better position to tackle your personal growth goals and to make meaningful progress. As you commit to personal growth, you'll also begin to realize the importance of surrounding yourself with people who support and challenge you. The relationships you have with others play a significant role in your growth journey. You become like the people you spend the most time with, so it's essential to surround yourself with individuals who inspire, encourage, and push you to be better. These people will hold you accountable, provide valuable feedback, and celebrate your successes with you. At the same time, they will also challenge you to look beyond your comfort zone and to grow in ways you may not have considered. The people you associate with can either propel you forward or hold you back, so it's crucial to invest in relationships that contribute positively to your personal development. Investing in yourself also means embracing failure as a part of the growth process. Failure is not something to be feared or avoided, it's an essential part of learning and improving. When you take risks and step outside your comfort zone, failure is almost guaranteed at some point. But failure is not permanent. It's simply feedback. It's an opportunity to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. The most successful people are not those who never fail, but those who fail, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward. In fact, failure is often the best teacher because it forces you to face the areas where you need to grow. If you can embrace failure rather than run from it, you'll be much more likely to experience true personal growth. As you work on developing your skills and abilities, remember that personal growth is also about developing your character. Who you are as a person matters just as much as what you accomplish. Growth is not just about external success, but about becoming a better version of yourself in every aspect of your life. This means being honest, responsible, compassionate, and empathetic. It means cultivating a strong work ethic, staying humble, and always striving to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of external achievements, but the true value of personal growth lies in the internal transformation that occurs along the way. Self-investment is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's a lifelong commitment to continuously learning, improving, and evolving and evolving and evolving. The more you invest in yourself, the more you'll realize how much potential you have to grow. Personal growth is not about reaching a final destination. It's about enjoying the journey and becoming the best version of yourself along the way. Each day is an opportunity to grow, and the more you invest in yourself, the more you'll unlock new levels of potential. One of the key aspects of personal growth is developing a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through hard work and dedication. They view challenges as opportunities to learn and improve rather than obstacles to avoid. This mindset is essential for personal growth because it allows you to approach life's challenges with a sense of curiosity and determination rather than fear and self-doubt. When you believe that you can grow and improve, you become more open to learning from your mistakes, and you are more likely to persevere when faced with setbacks. In the journey of self-investment and personal growth, it's also important to celebrate your progress. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of constantly striving for more, but taking time to acknowledge how far you've come is an essential part of the process. When you celebrate your successes, no matter how small, you reinforce the positive habits and behaviors that have helped you grow. This builds momentum, boosts your confidence, and motivates you to keep going. Growth doesn't happen overnight, but when you take time to recognize and celebrate the progress you've made, you give yourself the encouragement to continue. Self-investment is about creating a life that is aligned with your values, your goals, and your purpose. It's about investing in the things that truly matter and focusing on the areas that will lead to the most meaningful growth. The more you invest in yourself, the more you'll realize that the journey of personal growth is the most rewarding one of all. You'll find fulfillment not in external accomplishments, but in the knowledge that you'll be becoming the best version of yourself, living with purpose and continuously striving to be better. The work you do on yourself is the most important work you'll ever do. It's a lifelong process, and the more you commit to it, the more you'll reap the rewards of a life well lived.